Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and this is the year we get even better. Our businesses must thrive, but sometimes you hit a snag and you don't know what to do. Actually, you know how to scratch it. You know exactly what to do, but the money is missing. Financing gets harder and harder every single day, which is why Goldmine Finance is here, and we have the Tumbiiza Business stories. Today's Tumbiiza Business story with Goldmine Finance, I have Barbara and I have John Paul. Right now they're just individuals, but they represent Lithium Solar Uganda Limited. So tell me the story. I don't know who's going to start.
The basis of lithium was I wanted to divert people from the ordinary batteries, that's the lead acid and gel batteries, to more like strong batteries and long lasting. That's the lithium.
Yeah.
Yes.
People, when with the renewable, sustainable conversation is not even 2 decades old. So first, how many years have you been doing this whole conversation of being in, not necessarily the business, but being in the renewable energy?
Renewable energy.
Yeah.
I've been doing this since 2016. That's around 8 years now, or 9 years.
As an individual?
No, at first, in 2016, I used to work for a company.
Right.
Then I decided to go solo to do my own.
Actually, my wife, when she decided to get into this deeper, she encouraged me to support her. It wasn't my core, but I understood.
I know how you've thrown it when my wife wanted to do it.
Yeah. So I said yes, I will support where I can. And when she had the vision of actually entering the lithium batteries, you know, it's a new thing. People know the usual heavy lead acid batteries. She brought it up and said, yeah, this could work. This would work. We can venture into that direction. Then we had clients asking about it, and we were like, okay, people are starting to knock on the door. So let's venture there and see what.
So this is not your background?
It's not my background.
At all?
Nothing, not at all. But I understand the technical bits of it.
Right. From her?
Partially from her, but I also have my own understanding.
That's his own research.
Yeah, I do my own research.
Right.
I like training myself. So over time, I became very good at understanding what the market needs, our local market needs.
Yeah.
So I help her write some maybe technical papers
Right.
and this and maybe do sales. But basically, I'm piggybacking on her.
Was it easy or hard to figure out where he would support, quote unquote?
Well, it was easy for me because most of the times, part of his job, he does logistics.
Right.
And does the import and exportation part. So I was like, I need to start my own, bring my own batteries, and I need, I need to have the money, so you had to like...
The starting
money,
yes.
I need to have it, and also the batteries, like to know what the suppliers, like different things.
Yeah.
Help me do that.
Oh, okay. So it makes sense. So you knew if I have the battery, I can explain to a client what it is and why it's good for them. But now the rest of how it comes from wherever it's coming from,
yes, I had
up
no
to
idea.
me.
I had no idea.
You had no idea. Oh, that's such a good partnership. Starting business, and I like that you started at that point. You had the knowledge, but everything else you did not have.
I didn't know.
For somebody who's probably in that same position right now watching, what would you tell them if you go back to the Barbara at that beginning?
Barbara.
Yeah.
I'd be like, follow your passion and also look for the right people to help you, because it's more knowledgeable about everything in life. And I'm just like, he always guides me on everything, tells me, okay, if you can do this, then I can help you do that.
Her energy is very important in this business. The solar business is very competitive, but it's growing. So she has her own energy. So for me, I try to push, and sometimes I can take the lead, but most of the time it's her usually driving the solar business.
So let's say maybe a good 80% of your business is referrals.
Yeah, 80%, yes.
What's the strength there? Because many people have been doing that and are still not yet at the point of where if I sell to Barbara, Barbara can bring me clients.
It's, I think, consistency. And then being transparent and also honesty. Because if, there's so many people selling the same products, so they call them solar products. But then you find someone selling to you a battery that won't last. And then they'll be like, it will work for you. or they'll give you something at a cheaper price just to, you as a customer, you'll be like, this one sells cheaper products, and they'll do the same thing. But me, I always maintain my price and also be like, I'm giving you this because most all my products have warranty.
Okay.
Yes, and then I'll give you a product, follow up till the end. In case of a problem, I have already technicians who will always come and check on your product if it's working well or not.
Where's the need, you know, for such a business?
My biggest clients are other like company owners.
Right.
Yes, because I do import. He helps me import. So most people come. I do majorly supplies, and then installations like on a small.
Also, when you give me the product, you don't necessarily have to install.
No.
And isn't it saturated? I would think the competition is tough if you all have the same exact
It depends on the quality.
Yeah, the quality.
The quality.
Authentic products, actually.
Yes.
You say saturated, but saturated in what? You will find saturated with substandard products.
Yeah.
But once you are looking for quality, it's not saturated. Quality is not saturated at all. No.
You guys are operating here where the quality is.
We have to stay
everyone
there.
is at
It's safe. It's a safe space.
quantity.
If you go to quantity, you'll get messed up.
You'll get messed up.
Yeah.
Somebody might think, okay, starting is always a problem for every business.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. For me, I find that it's you. I don't know if it's my head, but money is always the answer, because money helps me to hire the right people.
Yeah.
Money helps me to bring in the products, like you were saying. Yes. Money helps me to just market or do everything that I need.
Yes.
And she was honest to say, you know, I didn't have the money, but there was someone to support in doing that. And you are one of the businesses that went to Goldmine Finance and said, let's get an extra hand here.
Yes.
Why? If I could even say that.
Actually, I wanted to go to a bank, regular run-of-the-mill bank. But we had a short time in terms of getting the goods cleared and shipped to getting them to the client that was needing them. So we realized the bank was going to take our time. And I had to look for a partner. I actually wanted first an equity partner, but that was difficult. Until I remembered through my contacts, I had a Goldmine contact. And I'd worked with them actually before. I got a very small loan years ago when they had started up in Nakawa. So I contacted them and told them exactly what I wanted. The first thing they said, can we come into your place? Oh. Yeah, it wasn't come to us. Can we come to you? I like that. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. So I sat the next day. They came the next day. To a team of 3 people, they came. And they proposed something. They said, we can work with you. Let's just find out where we can plug in. Yes. So the most important takeaway from that is that they pre-approved me the loan, awaiting of course, what asset are you putting down on this? But they say that if you bring ABC, the money is there for you. Okay, yeah, it was so quick. I didn't have to go through the hoops of audited accounts, blah blah blah. The banks give these extensive, super. So when they came to that, I realized that this is a bridging loan. I need it quickly, a quick fix.
I'm risk averse. I don't know at what level of risk you operate. Or this question should be, me and Barbara should have this conversation of risk. Yeah. Because I would be the one shaking if my partner went to say, let's go get a loan.
Yeah, but sometimes the old saying, the greater the risk, the greater the reward.
That's true.
If you don't put your hand out there, you don't expect to pick something out.
Yeah. For someone, I feel like Barbara spoke about something that I related to, where she says, I would rather get, little by little, and it will one by one we'll make a bundle, rather than the quick, fast. And everyone who's watching must be, the only reason I'm getting a loan is that I quickly grow my numbers, quickly get my bottom line. What would you say to someone like that? Because that's the only reason they're thinking they're putting more money into their business.
When we talked about the loan, because I wanted to grow my own, this is like my baby. I wanted to nurture it and see it grow for years and years. Yeah. That's why I didn't really mind about that quick getting the mango like.
Yes.
Yeah, so I didn't really mind about that small profit where we grow. Little by little, like that.
Yeah, so that means you weren't necessarily saying a big yes to the loan.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Yeah,
because I've always heard people talk about banks. They need those big collateral and we didn't really have anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was really worried for my man. I was like, but then yeah, we had to go for it.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it worked.
It worked, yes.
It worked. And I mean, that's someone else's money helping you make money.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know if somebody has ever looked at it that way.
Actually, there's something you're missing about Goldmine. Goldmine actually works with you. It's not like a typical bank. A bank will look at you've breached the loan, then they start the legal. They have their processes already set.
Yeah.
They first threaten and all, but with Goldmine, they will tell you, hey, you're overdue.
Yeah.
The days are counting. Should we continue counting this way? They even ask you that, can we stop this payment at this point? Can we? I mean, they are ways. They are personal. That's their added advantage for working with them. They have the personal approach, which really helps in certain situations, because you will not know my business. They understood how my money was coming, so they had to say, okay, let's work like this.
Yeah.
And I forgot to tell you the asset that I put down. I put down my car as an asset. Yes, I put down my car, and they let me drive my car away. So I had my car. I'm driving my car. I've gotten money.
Yeah.
So as much as
And the business is growing.
yeah, and the business is growing, yes. It's not that they packed my car or something of that nature.
And said, when we get all our money,
yes, you come and back and
you
drive,
come and get your car.
So I was those little things, they add up. Yes.
But that trust, because you had heard of them, you had worked with them, but there wasn't such a deep relationship between you and Goldmine.
No.
Were you also not saying, this might be fraud, this friendship, this trust between us and them?
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes we're not trusting people who trust us that way. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
You're like, why are you trusting me to this extent? Or is that an advantage that makes you maybe want to keep it going?
What you bring up is a very important point, because we had I have my cousin who is an accountant. He ran the numbers, said, now look, you're going to be paying all this interest. He said he's looking already at the negative side instead of looking at the overall picture. So I said, it's that way, but you should look at the business. Don't look at yourself, look at the business. Is the business going to cover this? Because we're in partnership with Goldmine.
Yeah.
So he gave me the pointers, but I told him that the business will cater for this technically. Yeah. So
as a business, do you have to work differently? I wouldn't even say more. I would say differently when you have such financing, because now you're not going the same way you were going to go for your bottom line. Now you have this partner who's put some financing. One, I'd look at it from: is it giving you an extra boost to go faster?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You be more aggressive because you have to pay back.
Yeah. But and does that then trickle down to an advantage of you've grown anyway, even if they've taken out their money, the aggression you needed, you have gone a bit faster than you would have gone anyway. Is there, I wouldn't say a bad side, but a bad day in your business?
Bad day, like yesterday was a bad day.
Okay.
Because I had received a call from a client in Gulu who was complaining about the batteries not working. Like for the past years, over I don't know how many years, or for the batteries that I've been bringing, like he's the first person to complain, and he was very, very like rude on the phone. I was like, what do I do now? And I had to get a technician to go down to Gulu and see what the problem is. And thank God we were able to settle that.
Is there a dream to go further than where you are today?
My dream is to be like the #1 solar company. Yeah, renewable energy like provider.
Yeah. Okay.
Focused on this, especially.
What's that though?
That's a lithium battery.
Yeah.
It's a.
So when you say lithium battery, and whatever is in our heads is wrong, this is what it means.
That's what it is. Yes.
And maybe we didn't even explain to the people watching. I mean, what you provide does what? Bring it down to the person just watching at home. What will it do for them? What is it lighting or doing or supporting, even if it's in a workspace?
Oh, that's a lithium battery. It's a 5 kilowatts. With this you can light, let's say about 30 lights or more than 30 lights. Okay. You can iron with it. People use a cooker and
induction
also
cooker,
this
fridge.
Paco, the fridges, and all your TVs.
Oh,
yeah. The big TVs.
yeah.
Yes, it can help you.
So a large home or maybe a workspace, an office space.
And the beauty about this, you can drain it to zero and it will recharge itself compared to the gel and the lead acid batteries.
Yeah. I didn't ask you, you can go for a business loan and maybe you budgeted to get 15 and Goldmine tells you, oh, John Barbara, I can give you 20. You say, sweetheart, let's spend that 5, and do something nice for ourselves and then put that 15 in the business.
Yes.
What happened? Did you did you have those conversations?
I have for me, I usually have a way I run business. I treat a business as a person.
That's what I wanted you to bring, because
Yes.
most of us think, but the business, it is me. Me, I'm the business is
It's all
me.
proprietorship.
We are
Yeah.
the same.
No. There are two entities. You
Yes.
yourself, the business is separate.
Yeah.
Also, the business can pay you. You can be, so you have to speak for the business.
Yeah.
The business it's like a child. So if you treat it badly, you don't expect good results. So it's just, the key is just treating the business as a separate entity.
Yeah.
Even if the business gets profits, you don't say those profits are mine. No, the profits are for the business.
You reinvest.
Then the business can pay you the owners, the directors. You can be paid by the business.
For somebody who's watching and they're very, very worried of, okay, the problem is that I'm not yet making so much money in my business.
Yes.
Why should they go for the financing, even with the fear in mind?
The first thing is that without risk, you won't get reward. That's the first thing. But a business has to grow, and money has to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
If you don't have the funds yourself, even if you have the funds, it will be best to actually go get financing, because those funds that you have should be isolated from the business, unless you want to lend the business. Usually with financing, you have outside partners that also, you have somebody outside looking at you.
Yeah.
So you can see your faults at some point. So by you having finance, you're getting free pressure from outside.
I like that.
If you put in your own money, you might be laissez-faire. You might just take it casually, like, today I don't feel like working, let me stay in bed, it's my money working. You're like kind of lazy. But once you get financing from out, you'll have there's that fire, that push.
You can't be in bed.
Yes, that tells you get up, you gotta move.
Yes.
So actually, it's in a way, it's helpful to get financing for the business.
Yeah. I probably don't want to know the exact amount, but I want to know how you reached the exact amount. Because how do I know? Because I might just say, give me 100 million.
Yes.
Because I need ABCD, EFG, but for you it was a bridge.
Yes.
Yeah, you're different from any other business that walks into Goldmine Finance and asks for X amount of money to start at whatever level.
Yes.
You just wanted the goods to be able to be here and the client get
Yes.
them. Were you getting 100% of that need, or did you say, now let's find this one and let Goldmine meet us here? How did you determine what you wanted to get out?
Actually, it was we had already bought the goods. Actually,
Yes.
it's just we needed, like for example, we needed shipping documents. We needed deal with customs. We need that. There's those little issues.
Extra.
Yes. Now we needed that closed very fast, and we needed speed. That was the most important. Speed was the most important issue.
No.
Yes. So it is cheaper to have gotten a quick bridge than actually go through the bank process.
I like that. We look forward to seeing you in the next few years with all the growth, especially with this push that has happened, and as you operate at quantity, no, quality,
Yes.
Quickly, quality, not quantity. Well, that's it. The conversation is here for the Tumbiiza Business Stories with Goldmine Finance. Have you gotten the support you need for your business? Wherever you are, at whatever point your business is, they might be the bridge, just like in the story of Barbara and John Paul, or they might be everything for you wherever your business is. Reach out to them and get that business loan. In fact, get that good push for you with Goldmine Finance.
COG Studios.